Hi guys, welcome to this video. Tonight I'm doing a Flosstube Extra. I'm doing another stash dive. I did a stash dive earlier this year, and when I was editing I realized that I forgot to show you a couple of sets of patterns that I have. And since then I've purchased some new things, mostly thrifted, and I just need to organize my patterns. So for this video I'm going to sort of sort the patterns that I got at a recent estate sale, and then I'm going to show you the patterns I forgot to show you last time. And then if there's time, I'm hoping I will also show you my kits. First the ones that I recently got at that same estate sale, and then the ones that I've had for a while. So it should be a pretty quiet video. I'm not going to give any sort of update. I'm just going to go through the patterns that I have here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So the first one I have on the pile here is called Bunny Scissorweight. It's by the Twisted Threads. And I thought it was strange that the bunny was like black, and it was in with a bunch of other Halloween patterns. But I think it's a really simple pattern, really small. I could do it in like a variegated floss and get it done really quickly. So I really liked it, and I'm going to keep it for spring. So I guess I'll put it up here. Next is another small one. This is Bent Creek, the pumpkin flower sampler. Again, I think just one good floss would make this really stand out, whether it's the called for or something I have. And it should be pretty quick. So I'll put that with fall. I have this Chessie and Me Autumn Harvest. Fall. This Chessie and Me Blessings of the Bee. These pictures are so tiny. Like this cover photo is huge, and the preview of the cross stitch is so tiny. So I'm going to do summer for this one. Here we have Chessie and Me Pumpkin Hill. Again, the photo, it's just, okay. I think it's pretty cute, and again, pretty simple. It'd be nice to try one of these. It's a different style than I usually do, but I like trying new things. Here is Shepherd's Bush Halloween Folio. So I'm going to do a separate pile for Halloween, just because I don't know how much more Halloween is in here, but I just think of it separately from fall. So I'll just stick it over here. This is called, I've never seen that word before. Abecedarian. I don't know. It's called Sheep May Safely Graze by the Abecedarian. And I work with words. I know a lot of words, and I don't know that one. I have to figure that one out. I don't have a lot of like traditional samplers like this, and it has like kind of I feel like there's a lot of designers that have this like vibe with this tree here. But I thought that this one would be a lot of fun to try my own colors on. It's a little muted. It looks kind of fall, but it could be very spring. I think spring would be like a great color palette for this. So I'm going to put it with the spring patterns. It could be summer too. It's like very farm, but I'm going to go spring on this one and put it over here with this Halloween bunny. Okay, here we have Fancy That. How Does Your Garden Grow? I've never really seen any Fancy That designs that I really liked, but I thought this was a really simple way to maybe try out some of the flosses that I acquired recently, actually at the same estate sale. So this is going to be summer. Okay, here we have a shepherd's bush buttoned Yule. It's at Christmas, and yeah, it doesn't come with those buttons, and I feel like those are a really important part of the design. When I'm at these estate sales, I usually just grab things, you know, and I don't think this hard about them. But this particular pattern, I'm not sure that I do love it as much as I did when I grabbed it, and I don't have those buttons. So I think I might put this one in the pile to go. I don't know whether it'll be a giveaway or if I sell it or if I just take it to the local thrift store. We'll see. So I'm going to put this one aside to go. And I'm not sure how many I'm going to get rid of like that because my decision-making power right now is pretty low. So I might just have a huge maybe pile that I put in with all my keep stuff. But that one is going to go. Okay, this one is Sheepish Designs. Remember Me? And it's another one where it's just, I'm not sure how into the samplers I am, but I did No Bees, No Honey, and I really liked changing the colors on it to make it like whatever I wanted. It was a lot of fun, and now I have more confidence to try that. So anyway, this sampler stood out to me as being visually interesting, but still very simple. Like it doesn't have a huge house or like a pasture you have to stitch, but there's a lot of opportunity to change up the colors. So I think I'm going to keep this one, and it needs to go into like a non-seasonal category. So I guess I'll just put it over here somewhere. It's like an all-season category. Okay, this is one, I think I showed it in my last video. I can't remember which ones I showed, but it's the Cricut collection. It's Halloween Eve, and I don't love the circle layout here, but I do think that I was looking at the pattern, and every kid has like their own diagonal. So I think that I can straighten this out and make it like a long skinny pattern. And if I have to add like a few leaves between the different elements, then that'll be pretty easy because they're just like these simple little blobs. So anyway, I like this one, and I think I would stitch it as like a long skinny parade situation. Maybe leave out the gate even. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is Halloween, so I'll put that away. I mean, I have a lot to get through. This is going to be a long video if I don't hurry up and just stop rambling about my patterns. Okay, so this is Heart in Hand, Perfect Pumpkin. This is another one another designer I've never stitched. It says In Search of the Perfect Pumpkin. I probably would not stitch the words. I don't love just like words in the house. I feel like I said, I work with words, and so at the end of the day I don't want to like read, and I think it's busy. But anyway, I think the pumpkins are really pretty. I don't have that little charm or button there, but I think I could find something similar, or maybe just stitch that pumpkin or leave it off. But anyway, I'm going to put this one with fall. Okay, here we have some Prairie Schoolers, and I feel like a couple of these I might already have them in my stash, but I'm not going to do that part of it in this video. I'm not going to go through and check. I'm just going to put these in these piles and stick them in the folders, and some other time I can maybe reconcile that, but I'll just go ahead and show you what came with this batch at the estate sale. So this is the Prairie Schooler up on the housetop. It's the original cardstock, and I really just like the Santa with the reindeer. I like this house with the reindeer flying over, and I also liked this like brown house with the pine tree. So this is Christmas. I don't have a pile for that yet. Where can I be on this side? I can put Christmas right here. Okay, garden samplers. I feel like this is one that I do have, or if it's on my wish list, or if I do have it, it might even be a reprint. I don't know. I might have a cardstock. Regardless, I knew I wanted it, so I grabbed it. It's called Garden Samplers, and I really like this one, and I like this middle one without the bottom. I would probably stitch these birds on the ground and have that be the ground for this one. This is actually probably the one that I would stitch if I were going to do this right now. And then this one I just probably wouldn't. So this would be summer, I think. This one I know that I have a copy of. So I probably put this one in the pile to sell. So I'll just go ahead and do that. This is called Prairie Birds. Sell or give away, we'll see. This is the Prairie Schooler Band Samplers. This is another one where I liked elements of certain ones, but I probably wouldn't stitch any of them in their entirety. And now that I'm looking at it, I have a lot of fall stuff. I'm not sure this... I think I'm going to put this in the pile to go. I have a lot of Prairie Schoolers, and this one is just not speaking to me, and I have a lot to choose from. So I'm gonna part with this one. Here we have Prairie Schooler Designer Series Trick or Treat. It's just these 4 little things, but I liked all of them. So we'll put that with, I'm going to put it with Halloween, but really a lot of it is fall. If you didn't do the black cat or the jack-o'-lantern here, that's pretty fall. We'll do Halloween. Okay, this is Prairie Schooler Prairie Seasons. I don't know if this is one that I'll stitch, but I like it too much to part with it, so I'm going to put it in the all-season category over here. This is the Prairie Schooler Songs of the Season. This is another one where I don't think that I will stitch any of them, except for maybe this one. I like this church, O Come All Ye Faithful. But I have a booklet of Christmas carols that are much larger and more involved. So I think that if I were to do this as a theme, I would want to do those bigger ones. So I'm going to put this in the pile to go. Okay, here we have Plain and Fancy Collection, designed by Sandra Sullivan, The Shepherdess. It reminds me of Shepherd's Bush. And something about it just speaks to me more than some of the others in this style. I don't know if it's the movement in the woman. Like, it looks like she's like trudging up this hill, you know? Or the way the tree is. It's just, I don't know. If I were to venture into this style, I feel like this might be the one. So I'm going to put this in summer. Here we have Hillside Samplings, Grape Expectations. At this sale, there were a lot of this style of pattern. I don't know if it was a series, but there were like other, like fruit, I think. And this was the only one that I was drawn to. I don't even do a lot of purple, but I liked it a lot as a sampler. And it's like small, but I feel like it's got a lot going on. So I'm going to do all season for this one. Here is the Cricket collection. It's called Be You Thankful. Be Ye Thankful. And yeah, I don't know. It's not it's not quite my style, but it is very like Americana to me, and that's like a really cozy fall Thanksgiving feeling. So I think I'm gonna keep it for now with fall. This is Bent Creek Flag 1998. Again, this style is not, this like folk style is not necessarily my style, but I feel like 4th of July is maybe my chance to lean into it and go more primitive just for that holiday. So I like this as that idea. So I'm gonna keep it with summer. This is the Drawn Thread Woodland Walk. And I really like this. Maybe even more than some of the other Drawn Thread like banner style things that I have, just because it's all woods. I've been really into camping and hiking lately with Ethan, although Ethan does not like the hiking. He loves the camping and he loves going to the river, but the trudging is not his thing. And that's fine. He's 3 years old. He'll get there. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one and I'm gonna do all season. Okay, I also have the Newburyport sampler by the Sampler Works. And this is a huge one and it's intense, but I really like the colors in it. And this might not be like the big sampler for me right now, but I'm going to keep it as inspiration. And if I ever decide to take the plunge on something like this, I will consider this. And if I don't want to do it, I will try to find something that speaks to me more. But I do love all the different colors on this. It looks like a lot of fun, and especially if I were to dial in a different color palette, I feel like it would be really great. So I'm going to keep it all season. This is from the Victoria Sampler. I remember showing this in my update video because I was really intimidated by it. I am going to keep it, and I'm going to keep it as a spring category. And when I was recording the video, some of the supplies fell out. So it is partially kitted, but it's just this little scrap. So I think that whoever had this pattern was going to do one of these smalls, not the full thing, I'm guessing. Although maybe not, it might be small enough. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously the fabric is too small for this full thing, but anyway, I'm going to keep them together for now. I'm going to put them with spring, and we'll see. The last thing from this set that is just patterns is this like stack of these little shepherd bush things. And I'm not going to make any decisions on them right now because I just can't. I'm so tired. But I'm going to show you the ones that I got. And again, look how big this color, like fully saturated color photo is for this cover photo for this stitching. And then look at the size of the frame, and the size of the stitching itself is this big. Like, just like the cost of printing a photo this big and to show the preview this small is just, it's crazy to me. Anyway, I'm going to try to show you. So here is, this is mulberry. And then there's whortleberry. There's buttercups. I can't even show you. I can barely see it myself, and I definitely can't show you how pretty they are and how intricate they are. Bluebells. I've never done a shepherd's bush before, so I'm just going off of pictures I've seen from the internet or on Flosstube about how awesome these are. Violets. The herb garden. The root garden. Bilberry. I just realized you guys could probably hear my cat snoring. I hope it's not a distraction. The arbor. Rowanberry. And the orchard. So those were all of the patterns that I got from this one estate sale. I think I tossed them in the same box as the last couple of places, so if there's a little bit of overlap, I apologize for that, and if I missed anything, also apologies. I have a box of maybes that I can't remember if I've shown or not, so... Okay, so next I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to clean this up and then I will be right back. Okay, next I'm going to show you a couple of sets of patterns that I forgot to show you in the first stash dive of this year. So first I'm going to show you my lavender and lace. And I don't intend to stitch all of these, but I just cannot pick a favorite right now. So I'm going to focus on finishing my current whip, Spirit of Christmas, and then I will revisit this pile and we'll see which ones I really want to stitch. So I'll just show you what I have. I have this lavender and lace Angel of Love. This one is beautiful stitched up. I'm not sure it's quite my style, but it looks really fun to stitch. So yeah, just that one. And then I have Angel of Hope. And then this is one I've had for a long time and I do want to stitch. It's called Ice Angel. And I like the colors. I like the shape. I like that it's not like too Christmas. I like the natural element with the tree. So this is one I do want to stitch. This one is called Nantucket Rose. I think this looks just really, I like the whole scene. Like, again, I like how it's bordered in trees. Like those natural elements just really make a whole picture. I also have this lavender and lace Enchanted Alphabet. This is one that Sarah, the Stitching Mommy, is focusing on. She took out this little girl from the photo, and I think that was a really smart way to do the alphabet. That one. This pile is not as big as I thought because I remember I did go through and put a bunch in my to sell pile. So if at some point you guys want to see what's in that bin, let me know and I can show you what I intend to list at some point. I don't have a lot of room for inventory, so I'm not listing things constantly. It's more like when something sells, I list it. I list something new. And really, I'm making like very little on these. I'm just kind of trying to make up for like mailing giveaways and buying my own stash and that kind of thing. Anyway, that was all the lavender and lace in this that I decided to keep. But I also have some Butternut Road. Here is a sampler. It's called Winter Sampler. And again, it's one where I think it'd be easy to change the colors and just make it more me, but there's a lot to work with here. This is the Summer Sampler. Same story. I think that there's a little less to work with here because I think it's easier to change like these Quaker style snowflake things than it is to change some of like the butterflies and the flowers, but then again, it's possible, so. Anyway, I keep that. And then I have these two Butternut Roads. It's Spirit Dancer and Earth Dancer. So who knows whether I'll ever stitch these. I've seen Corey Creates has been working on this one for quite a while. And it looks beautiful, but it is a lot bigger than you might think. Okay, so those are my like lavender and lace style patterns. The next set of patterns I have are my wee Beasties patterns. These are out of print patterns that are very rare and hard to find. And I first started stitching in 2018, and then we moved here to Colorado in 2019. And I went to an estate sale after we moved here, not really knowing what I was looking for. And in hindsight, now that I know more, this estate sale was a gold mine. And it was the kind of thing where if I knew better, like if I went to the sale now, I would have bought more on when I went, and I would have gone back when they were closing and would have like made a flat offer for whatever was left. It was like that rich in great patterns that fit my style and were also, you know, ranged from vintage to new. Like, it was just really awesome, this person's collection, and I wish I had known more then. But I did walk away with these Wee Beasties patterns, and if you're interested in them, they go for a lot on eBay, and one of these patterns I bought from eBay. So I will just show you. I'm aware of how rare they are, and I do hope to stitch them. I don't know if I want to sell them or if I want to give them away when I'm done stitching them, but here we are. We have them. So I'll show you. This is the Blue-Eyed Darner. And the other thing about these patterns is that they came with the Krynic, which that's a lot. That's a lot of spools of Krynic. It's partially kitted, this whole thing. So yeah, great deal, and they're just like sitting in my stash. So I need to get on the one that I'm working on and move on with these because I really like them. Okay, so there's the Blue-Eyed Darner. Here's another dragonfly. It's the Kellied Shimmer. This one, I'm not sure if I would stitch it because with the others, it's kind of vibrant. We'll see. And again, with the here is part 1, these blue butterflies. This is part 9. This is a monarch. I don't know this one, but I'm looking at getting more information about like insects of North America specifically because Ethan is getting into it, and since we've re-landscaped our front yard and I've continued to landscape the backyard, we're seeing so many different insects. Like, we have like a little sunflower area, and it's just always covered in different size bees and different flies, like green bees, and just like tons of crazy animals, like little things. So I'm gonna learn more about insects, I think. This is the part 13 mother of pearl morpho, and these did not have the Krynics with them. Here's part 11, Kramer's Blue Morpho. Part 2, these moths. I'm trying with that one. And this is one that I purchased off of eBay, and that's when I realized how much these cost. But I really wanted a ladybug one, so I put an alert on for it, and I bought it. And it's just been sitting there. So this is part 3. It's these ladybugs. And then this last one is like a, I don't know if it's like a limited release, but there's no cover photo for it, but it does have some fabric in it along with this. So I think somebody had the pattern, lost the cover photo, but had kitted it up. So that's my thoughts on that. But it is a bee, so I'm definitely going to do that. I might even do it next. So those are the Wee Beasties patterns. I'm going to come back with the kits that I got from that estate sale. Okay, these are the kits that I got at that same estate sale. So I'm just going to go through this bin with the things that I picked up. Just grabbing from whatever's on top. So this is Shepherd's Bush, A Winter's Tale. And you can see it is a kit with the beads and a needle, got fabric and the threads there. It's 1995. In Shepherd's Bush, what are you doing with these photos? Okay, here it is. It's a cute little snowman. I don't really know how to sort the kits because they're all just in one bin, and the bin is too small now. So maybe I need to sort them into seasons, but that's a project for another day, I think. I showed this on my video. It's just this cute little Mill Hill glass bead ornament kit. This Heart in Hand Star Spangled Sampler. I don't know about this one. I'm keeping that Bent Creek one that has a similar style, and I just like it better. So I think I'm going to put this in the go out of here pile, but this would be great for a giveaway for you guys. So I think I'm going to put it aside as like a definite giveaway. Okay, this one, the Shepherd's Bush Old Glory. I am on the fence about this one because I saw Kathy, the Crafty Cat Stitcher, who always inspires me with her stuff. She stitched a flag with like loop-de-loops instead of words, and so I liked that one, and I'm not sure that this one is quite for me. Then again, it's the full kit. I'm just not sure. I think maybe I'll do this one in the go pile. Here we have the Drawn Thread Generosity. And this one has like it's like a winter theme. It's got a snowman down here. And this one did not, it's like a homemade kit, but it is kitted up, so it's in my kit pile. Here we have Sitting Pretty. Oh, I'm not even sure. Mosey and Me. And it's not a full kit, but oh, I'm shaking the camera. It's not a full kit, but there's this beautiful fabric and this Weeks Dye Works 2 skeins in here, which I assume are for the pumpkins, but I haven't investigated. This one is another one where, I don't know, it's not quite my style, but I don't hate it, so I'm going to keep it, and we'll see what happens. If I ever have to cut down on my cross stitch, maybe that will go, but for now, we'll keep it. This is the Beehive roll, and it does have the full kit with the charms. I mentioned in my video that if I did stitch this, I'm not sure I would do it in a roll, just because like having like a plush item like that doesn't really fit my lifestyle right now. We spend a lot of time outside. I've got pets. I've got a 3-year-old, but I think it would look really nice as a framed piece. So look at that. I've got a couple other rolls here. The Halloween roll. Again, I think it's so cute, and it comes with the trimmings and the buttons and the charms. This is the Birdhouse roll. It's a cute little birdhouse. The beads, ribbons, like all the stuff. I thought I had another roll in here, but I don't see it, so maybe it will come up. Maybe I don't have it here. I did already take some of these items out and put them into the go pile for sure. So they're not in here. There was too many. I took too much stuff. This is Charmed Hearts. It is a kit, but I don't love this color palette. So I don't know if it's better to part with the kit as is with somebody who wants to stitch it, or to try to mix it up and do my own colors. I don't know, it's easier to visualize with a better picture, so I'll think about it. I think it would be really precious as a Valentine's Day stitch in brighter colors. But again, that's not why people go for Shepherd's Bush, is it? So we'll see about, oh, there's a loud noise. We'll see about that one. This is Sunflower Summer. Here we have a little heart and hand. This one I do like. I think I'll keep this little one. Harvest Home Sampler. Another Shepherd's Bush, Beekeeper's Cottage. Here's Shepherd's Bush, 3 Pale Eggs. And here's the only full-size Shepherd Bush that I kept. I did pick up some other ones and decided that they just weren't for me and put them in the pile of go already. This is called the Yuletide Sampler. And it's another one. Oh, my box is trying to jump off the desk. Okay. It's another one where the color palette is maybe not Christmas to me, but I think brightening it up could be pretty simple to have a really nice Christmas themed like banner sampler situation. So those are all the ones, well, those are the ones that are in the keep or possibly keep pile from that estate sale. I did pick up some other stuff from that same sale, but I just put them straight into my go bin after I got home and decided I had too much. So now I'm going to show you the kits that I already had, and it might demonstrate that I have no room for more. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back to show you my kits. Every time I hit pause or it seems like play, my whole like apparatus here sort of topples. So I hope I remember to cut all the times that the phone falls onto the desk. Okay, so I'm going to show you my kits. I'm going to start with 4 Marishka kits that I have. They're all in the same series, or I think they are. They look similar. And I've stitched 2 of them. So I have 4. This one is called the Pheasant. This is the Fox. I like this one, but I'm less excited to stitch it now that I have the Year in the Woods fox. Like, that fox is foxier. It's a much more elegant, stylized fox. And this one is great, and I'm going to keep it because I'd love to have the set of 6. But I'm not as eager to start this one. That was quite a glare from that light. Okay, I also have Little Fawn. And I have the Owl. I have been going back and forth on which of these I want to start next, and I do think I've earned a new start, so I might start the Owl. I already have an owl going, it's a Riola's kit, right? Yeah. But why not, you know? I really like this one. Out of all those images, this is the one that's speaking to me most. And it maybe is the fullest. It's got a lot going on, so I might stitch this one next. Okay, I also have a lot of Mill Hill kits, so I'll show those. I have this Buttons and Beads Haunted Tower. But then after that, I got this Buttons and Beads Haunted Cottage, and I think out of these 2, I'd rather stitch the cottage. This is Honeybee. Great. I love to stitch that. This is a Mill Hill. It's like a hanger thing. It comes with those like that part. But I don't know if I would do that. I like just the snowman and I have Koi Pond. I really want to stitch this one too. It just looks so bright. I have Barnyard Morning. And I purchased some blue perforated paper to use as the background instead of this. It's like a yellow. But I think that blue would really make all of those scenes pop. I need to open it and look at the pattern and make sure that it would work to change the background, but looking at the cover photo, I think it would, and blue would be awesome. I also have Spotted Cow. Oh my gosh, I have so many more. I have this little Autumn Harvest Pumpkin Trio. Comes with the, what is that? That's a little frog, I think, or a leaf. Maybe it's a leaf, but it looks like a frog to me. I have this Carrot Garden. This is so great. Be the last of the Mill Hills. I've got Spring Bouquet Lucky Day. Just this little shamrock. That's the center. And then Winter Holiday Christmas Bells. So a lot of these I got new, but some of them are more vintage. These are two just like little freebies from magazines that I'm not planning to stitch, but I am going to keep around in case anyone who is interested in starting one could maybe do one of these cute little kits. I'm thinking especially of my nieces, my husband's nieces. They've showed an interest in that kind of thing, but I don't, they're in high school, and so they might not be so invested in a big project, but if they're bored or something, then it'd be nice to have something on hand for them to work on. This is a Janlin kit. It's one I picked up secondhand. I don't see a year on it. There's probably one on the inside. 2015. It's Buck's Country Farm Stand. I'm not sure if I want to stitch it or not. Like, I think it would be a lot of fun, especially all that back stitching. But we'll see. Not sure. My other kits are not so random, so I will try to just go in order. In this bin. So I have this Dimensions kit. It's Santa's Journey stocking. This is a stocking I think I would make for myself if I ever finish Ethan's. I have this Santa's Flight stocking. I was thinking this would be good for my husband. I have Sunset Mountain Trail. This one's just really pretty, really colorful, looks fun to stitch. I have Dimensions Playful Snowman Ornaments. have so much detail. This is Tulip Drama. I remember I got this one at a Tuesday morning. I'd never seen cross stitch there before. I got this in another kit, and now they're closed. I miss it. I miss that store. Here's an old Dimensions that I'm actually really excited to start at some point. This is Windswept Santa. I remember I picked this up for $1 at a consignment store. This is an old one, and I dyed the Ada. It's the only time that I've ever dyed anything. I have not done it since then, but I love how it turned out. It's not as bright as it's showing on camera. I don't think I have anything like white to put behind it on hand. Let's see. I don't know if that helps. It doesn't. It's not quite that bright. It's a little more navy than that, but I'm really happy with how it turned out and like the slight modeling and everything for my first time. But yeah, I need to start it. I'll have to stitch in more of the snow because this has the background as white, and then I might have to stitch in some of these clouds here too. But yeah, it's that old style Dimensions kit. Since then, I've also purchased this one. As you can see, somebody took the actual kit apart. I got this off of Facebook, I think, but it's a similar, it's I want to say companion piece. It's a very similar style, and it's the full kit. So if I were to stitch this one, I would probably want to try to repeat that dyeing on the other Santa. And we'll see how that goes. I didn't take notes, but I have not dyed anything since, so it's just like I have the same denim dye, you know. Anyway, I'm excited for these. I love like the windswept feel. There's a lot of back stitching, all the little toys, and yeah. I have a couple newer Dimensions kits that I've got recently. This one, Egret in Flight. I saw I think it's the PNW stitcher, the Pacific Northwest stitcher, finish this a while ago, last year maybe. But it was just so beautiful. I love the geometric pattern in the sky combined with those natural elements. So serene. It's great. And then I treated myself to this one, Holiday Village. It's pretty big. And a lot of backstitch. But I like it. So. Okay. I've got more kits. Here's one that I recently got called is Letty Stitch. And it's Christmas Toys Kit. And they're these little ornaments. It comes with perforated paper to make those ornaments. And some beads. And just like specialty threads over here. I think those would be fun. And doing one would feel like you accomplished a lot. And really looking, it is a lot. There's a lot of back stitching in there. And seeing the beads, I wonder where those are at. Probably there, some. Anyway, Letty Stitch. I've never done a Letty Stitch. Okay, this is an old Janlin kit. Prairie Garden. I think this is a Prairie, yeah, designed by Prairie Schooler. But this came in a kit. And this is one where if someone wants to stitch the full kit, then I could share that with them. But I also kind of want to brighten up the colors a bit. But then what do I do with all of this floss, So I'm going to keep it for now, and maybe I'll stitch it with it called for, but I think it could use a little brightening. Here's one that's been in my kitted stuff for a while. I bought it kitted up, and I do still really want to stitch it. It's just always been so intimidating to me, and I know I want to leave a big portion off. So, this is the Drawn Thread, the Sanctuary. Here's a little kit that I might start sooner rather than later. It's RTO on the dandelions, and it's just, I might start it because it's small. It'd be easy to, hopefully easy. I don't know, it looks a little complicated with all of this, but I'm sure I could replicate it without an exact copy. I like that a lot. I have another Reola's kit that I've had for a long time, and it's this poinsettia, and it's a bell pull. It's on what size of Ada? I'm not sure. It's like a 14 count white Ada. And I have another Reola's kit. This is Hedgehogs in Lingonberries. Okay, that is it for my kits. I'm not sure how I'm going to fit my new ones in there, but yeah, that's what I have. I am considering doing a part 3 where I go through my magazines, because I have magazines where I've tabbed the projects I want to stitch, and last year I went through, or earlier this year sometime I went through and was kind of hard on myself and said, like, okay, you don't need 4 Santa in the woods scenes, So I tried to narrow down the magazines, and I'd like to go through, and if there's a magazine where I've only flagged one pattern, I'd like to maybe target that pattern as a new start, so that I could maybe pass that magazine along and thin out my collection. So if you're interested in seeing a flip through of all of my magazines, I will probably just show you the patterns I want to stitch, not every single pattern in the magazine. But if you're interested in that, let me know. And then I would probably start that video by sharing like new things I have that I haven't resolved yet. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I just wanted to share the things that I've collected, things I've purchased, things I found. And yeah, I'm hoping to see you guys in a few weeks to give you a proper update. And until then, happy stitching. Bye.